Welcome to part 10 of Woe to America. Woe to the nations, and woe to the world. Woe to Babylon, I mean. This is August the 11th, 2024 by man's calendar, and the beginning of the 9th of Av. I told you it was coming up, and we are entering that. What man believes is the 9th of Av. And we'll see if God proves out whether it's the 9th of Av or not. We'll see if he does anything today, this evening, and into tomorrow, or not, like he has done in times past on the 9th of Av. We will see what proves out by God. But remember, the Antichrist is one, as we have read, who seeketh to change time and laws. And he's been doing that, has he not? Look what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring in what they call wokeism. And as I went out of the last part, I was telling you that if you are using your God-given abilities to be a demigod and to be worshipped, you are going into hell. You're going into shackles, and you're going into hell. You have this space in which to repent because you have left your first estate with God. And now you are setting yourselves up to be worshipped as gods. Satan said to Jesus, when he took him up on the top of the pinnacle and into the high places and showed him all the kingdoms of the world, I will give you this world if you will bow down and worship me. He takes us to these same high pinnacles and he says, I will give you this if you will worship me. And a lot of humans are bowing down to get the big bucks. You're bowing down to worship Lucifer. He has convinced you that he is the light bringer, that he is Jesus, that he's your God. Because he has what seems to you like these wonderful ideas. You can have it all. And you knowing that the devil is a liar. But Satan said to Jesus, I will give you everything your heart's desire. If you will but bow and worship me. And look at y'all. The devil says, sure, go after that education. Go after this education. The Lord told us in the beginning not to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And yet here y'all are getting as much knowledge of this world as you can. Into things you ought not. And you clamor for more and more. You call it drama. And you clamor for more and more, and you just keep going after it, and you keep going after it, and you keep going after it. And you keep building yourself up your own little kingdom. You are going in to the pit of hell if you don't stop doing that and come out of it. See, the rich man didn't want to give up his money either when he came and asked Jesus, what must I do? And Jesus told him to keep the commandments. And he said, these things have I done since I was a child. And Jesus said, well, then there's one more thing. Sell that which that ye have and give to the poor. But you don't want to part with your things, do you? No. You don't want to part with your things. You don't want to part with your things, and you don't want to... Certainly you don't want to give nothing to the poor. Well, they didn't work for nothing. How do you know? How do you know that some of them ain't working their butts off trying to do? How do you know that some of them wasn't treated like slaves their entire life? By people right around them. And made them to feel like they were nothing. Like they couldn't accomplish anything. Like all they would ever be any good for is to just be somebody's maid or servant to run around here doing exactly as they told. How do you know what the next person has been through? You don't. You don't. Did Jesus say stuff like that? He was a carpenter. He lowered himself to become a carpenter and a servant of man. And him king. Him God. But did he complain like that? No. No, he didn't. And when him or the disciples came up on people that was crippled or maimed and begging money, they didn't have it to give, but they gave them what they had. They didn't deny them anything. They gave them what they had. But you would deny people things because you're greedy in your heart. I didn't have much, but I gave what I had. I still give what I have. I don't have much, but I work hard for what I get. Even before, my husband worked hard for what we got. God is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. That doesn't mean He's going to reward you with goods. It's going to take you away from Him. He's going to reward you with things that's going to help you grow stronger in Him. And if something's pulling you away from serving God and being in His house and doing His will, God did not reward you with that. If you think, I got me some friends in this world. Well, congratulations. That's what you're getting. Here's your chains. You're going into hell. Friendship with the world is enmity between us and God. If you would rather have those friends than the Lord, you've got your reward. Go your way. You're done. The kingdom of heaven has no room for you. Does that sound harsh? Well, it's truthful. It's Bible. It backs me up. See the Lord about it. Don't come at me. I'm not dealing with your issues today. I have my own. Now, if you're not Illuminati, you are about that big on my scale right now. Because like I said, I deal with these people on a daily basis. And no, if you see me with scowl on my face, or sometimes if I'm laughing, it ain't even about what's going on right then and there. Sometimes in service I get thinking about some of these things I have been through and that God has brought me through, and I just get tickled and start laughing. It ain't got nothing to do with what's going on at that particular moment during that service. Or sometimes I be broken and I be crying. Or sometimes I be thinking how much the Lord loved me and loves me, that He would set down all of His desires and His wants to create for Himself a body and come here and live and go through all the desires that we go through and die for us. To show us the way home. To show us the way. And you complain if you don't get the latest iPhone, or that new dress you wanted, or those new shoes you wanted, or your nails done, or your spa day, or your vacation you wanted, or yada, yada, yada. Look at what the Lord didn't get. How about that? He didn't get a vacation. He didn't get a spa day. He didn't get a family. He didn't get to know what it was like to get married and have a family of his own. He didn't get to have loyal friends and companions. Look at what the Lord didn't get. But He still chose to die for you. And for me, for everybody. And He didn't get anything either. He didn't even have a place to lay His head. And y'all complain if you don't have the latest of everything. But what about Him? Then He complained, Lord, I wanted to be here till they had them off home so I could get one and sit back on my couch and do nothing but talk about people. No, He didn't do that. Because if He had, we wouldn't be here. And we certainly would not have the right to the tree of life. Why don't you stop being ungrateful and start being grateful? Why don't you start really worshiping Jesus instead of yourself? I'll see you in the next part whenever I get a chance to get that up, because I have to get ready for work.